How's everybody doing today? We're going to get right into it. This video is about building up your credit. You need to build up your credit. You need to get your credit score right, guys. Come on. And this video is going to show you how to do it, how to break it down step by step. It's what I followed to get to where I'm at. I have a 740 credit score and I just bought a house, bought a brand new 2024 car, not trying to flex on you guys, just letting you know what can be done. Took me 2 years, 2.5 years to get my credit right. And then I started being able to do things, buy the car, look at houses, get all my paperwork together, and buy the house. So it can be done. It takes discipline, but you can do it. Before we get into it, remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe, join the channel, do all of those things, please. It really helps me out. This is what I do, guys. I am a veteran, 100% disabled, and so I'm out here living my life, giving back to you guys, because there's guys that didn't have a dad or don't have a strong male figure in their life, and they're not hearing this. I'm that unk. I'm that unk that needs to stay in your ear, in your ear, in your ear. Other than Christ, put me in your ear. Christ is telling you what you need to do. I'm telling you what you need to do for the betterment of you. Trust and believe that. Now, this is Fresh and Fit. If you don't know about them, go follow their channel. They're great guys. You're not going to agree with everything, but whoever you agree 100% with everything. They have what you need. They will help you out. They're what got me on this path of helping out other guys, because we need it. The more guys we have out here telling the truth to you guys, the better. Again, because you don't have father figures in our lives. So let's get into this video. Remember to like the video, share the video, and join the channel. I appreciate you guys. So this is Fresh and Fit, how to get your credit right. Come on.
And I'll stream that as well. It's going to be a good time.
From 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
See you guys there. Okay, today's topic.
All right, let's do it.
Credit repair at its finest. So, as you guys know, credit is a cornerstone of success in America, so to speak, using debt to your advantage. And at the same time, without credit, guys, you can't get pretty much sometimes apartments, getting a good rate for loans, or even, for example, getting a job sometimes to look at all that stuff for your credit. Granted, though, let's say you made mistakes in the past, or you never had a score in general, you got to build that shit up from A1, which means you have to actually know what your score is. So some people are like, oh, well, what's your score? You don't know because you never checked it. So step one is going to be checking your score.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can do it for free, but people pay for it. I don't know why. But this we're going to cover how to do it for free with no cost at all. So you save 10 to 15 bucks on your credit score. Go to creditkarma.com or any free credit service app. Go sign up for that account, log in, and then put your information in, and it'll tell you what your score is, roughly between maybe like 20 to 50 points off.
Yes.
But it's going to be possible for you to understand what
Yes, yes, and yes. Listen to that. That's who I went with, Credit Karma. There's a couple others. Go ahead and get their free service and check your credit. Now, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to pay for the service, and you're going to want to get with one of those companies that writes letters to get all of those bad things off your credit. So that's the number one biggest thing that's going to help your credit score go up, is getting those bad hits on your credit score off. That's what's going to help you out the most. Get those things off, and your credit score will start going up, and then you can work on paying off what you need to pay off. But get one of those apps that helps you know what your credit score is, and you're going to have to get, if your credit is messed up, you're going to have to get with one of those companies. I did it for 1.5 years. I paid $180 a month, but it was worth it to me. And I was even paying a little more. There's companies that can do it for a little less, but watch out who you get with, because there are scammers. There are still people out trying to get the little money you have and the little credit you're building. There are people that want to get that. So use names that are well known, ask around, see, and use what works, all right? Pay what you got to pay, because that's what got you in the situation. We're trying to do shortcuts and not wanting to pay this and that. It's going to get you where you want to be. You're going to get the discipline to fixing your credit. So you have to get these things.
score is. by default, and it's pretty much free. CreditKarma.com.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're not paying us to tell you guys that, by
Yeah.
the way, FYI. That's step one, guys. You got to kind of know where you are to identify a route for you, right? So you got to figure out what your credit score is. And the thing is that some of you guys might have had a medical bill you didn't know about, maybe a credit card payment you forgot about, maybe you didn't pay a phone bill and you forgot about that, or you are delinquent on something.
Just bought the house, started the water. There's a $250 charge on there. I call them up. Why am I getting charged $250? Well, this is from when you were renting a house 10 years ago. I still lived in the same city. Why didn't you guys send me a bill? I don't know. So now you guys want me to pay this. I could have paid this off years ago. I would have paid this off years ago, but now I have to pay it off right now when I'm buying a house and bills are kind of stacking up. That's when you want to hit me with this extra $256 that I could have paid off years ago. Yeah, you got to pay it. You know, I'm like, damn it. I got to do it. I got to do it. I am going to write a letter to see if I can get that cut off. But if that doesn't work, I have to pay it. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to do what I can do to see if I don't have to pay it because it's their fault. But I am talking and working with the government, the city. So they're going to get their money. That's how I'm just looking at it. So suck it up, pay it off. I'm in good standing. And, you know, I didn't get to go to this movie or eat out. Who cares? I love my life. I have my home. That's why I got it. I can go fix something. I can go work on something. There's nice trails just around the corner and parks. So there are things to do. My life is beautiful just because I got to pay off some damn stupid ass bills. You know, that's what we're working for. That's what we're getting money for, right? To handle our responsibility. So handle the responsibility. Just go on your way, man. Suck it up. That's what men do. You know, we're not jumping for joy every second of the day. If you are, there's something wrong with you. You have no responsibilities. You know, get something to take serious in your life. If every moment in your life is just glitter and sunshine, that's like living in the delusional world. You're living like a pretty chick, a 10. You know, that doesn't have to do anything. People just give her everything. That's what you're living like as a man. If you don't want to go to work, if you think bills are bad. Now you can get some stupid bills that are going to hold you back. But I'm talking about the ones that are necessary. Your house, your water, your garbage, your credit cards if you're not freaking going and buying stupid crap. But we need to pay our bills. It's just responsibility. Like, okay, get on with it. It's a part of life. You knew this way before you became an adult, that you were going to have to do some adult type stuff. So now that you're an adult, to be upset about some crap that you knew about for years, it's stupid. Get over it. Get over yourself. You're a damn adult. And thank God that you're an adult. You're not a stupid kid. You don't have these things holding you back. Parents and other you know, other authority figures, you know, if they're bad and they're not trying to help you and give you great advice, then they're just giving you dog crap advice and you're just going along with the herd and wondering why nothing's getting better. You know, it's because you're not taking advice from real men, people that get it done. Handle your responsibility. Get it? Get it?
Jewelry that you might have bought before, where you opened up like a jewelry credit line, or maybe you did something with a dentist where you opened up one of those care credits for your teeth, and you forgot
Bro,
about
I've
it,
done
right?
all of that. You know, luckily I've been smart enough to not go freaking crazy to where I have like 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in debt. That to me is insane. So I had about like $10,000 worth of debt. So number one, I kept my debt low. Number two, you want to pay that off. You don't want to have that stupid debt. Now, I have a huge debt. I'm in a home. So it's hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, but it's a liability. That's good debt. So paying off your good debt, don't be getting yourself in bad debt. You got to pay that off. Yeah.
And you got to identify where you are first. So running your credit, figuring out where you are, that's going to give you a good idea of what steps you need to take next. But in order for you to know where you're going, you need to know where you're starting. So that's very important.
I remember I was at the mall one time with a friend, and he had a Macy's credit card, right? And he was like, "Bro, I'm maxed out." I was like, "What do you mean you're maxed out?" He would literally go every.
I've been there. I've done it. That's what I'm saying, guys. I've done all of this. I've had dental things because I went and got the Invisalign. Didn't end up doing it. Teeth are still freaking crooked like a crocodile. Had to pay that back. I've maxed out credit cards. I've had cars repoed. I was in an apartment where I once I moved out, I still owed, and I paid like up to 7 months paying that off, so I could fix that. And I didn't have a car. I was getting around on the bus and walking in the summer and the winter because I did that for about 2, 3 years. Like, you're gonna have to grind. You're gonna have to go through some crap to get where you want to be. But guess what? Is it because we didn't do those things along the way that we were supposed to? So yeah, we're in a hole, and you're gonna have to work hard, and it's gonna be like, damn, all this crap. Well, I gotta do. I gotta walk there. I gotta handle my responsibilities. Yeah, that's what got you in the trouble you are in the first place because you weren't responsible with your finances. So now that you're getting responsible, you're gonna have to get yourself out of that hole to get yourself just to even, and then you'll be able to grow. But you get the opportunity to do it. It's there for you if you're disciplined. Just get a little more disciplined, a little more responsible. That's it. I'm not freaking asking you to become the best man in the world like ever. But the level where you're at, just work on becoming a little more responsible, a little more disciplined, a little more responsible, a little more disciplined. Work on that daily. And before you know it, you will be very disciplined and very responsible. And shit will be getting done. Your life will be kind of smooth, and you will not understand why you lived a life of insanity before this. You're like, what the hell? And it's because this information isn't given out. It's not like in the ear, in the ear, in the ear, in the ear, like every second. So that's why you yourself have to go looking for this information. I'm glad we have Rumble and YouTube. So now you can be scrolling through and see videos where it's like build your credit, work on yourself. And you might not be your thing, but every once in a while you'll click on it. You know what? I do need to work on my credit though. I do want to work out. Let me just watch this video, see what I get from it. So I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share this with you guys and to help you out because I want us to all be doing better. Not all of us are going to be, but the ones that are listening and they're going to follow, it's for you guys. The ones that are going to make it, it's for you guys. All right. This isn't for everybody. I wish it could be. I pray and wish and hope. And I see shooting stars falling out of the sky. And I'm like, Lord, all these lost men out here, they need this information. Allow them to get this information to them. I pray for it. But not everybody's gonna get it. They don't want it. Just like the Matrix says, there's a bunch of people that want you to shut the hell up, get the hell out of their face, go get them a beer, go get them something that they could just have a good time with, keep themselves entertained and distracted with, and they're good, and they're on their way. There's a lot of people like that. Pray for them. Continue praying for them. But the ones that rise up to the top, that want to get themselves out of this situation, that want to change their lives, this is who that's for. So if you're not that person, hey, enjoy yourself, whether you watch the video or not, have a good life. But the guys that are going to follow this information, the people, because there'll be some girls watching, but mainly this is for you guys. You're going to rise to the top and you're going to be in a whole new life and you're going to be doing things and thinking about things that you've never thought before. Like me, I'm actually considering and thinking like, hey, I could become a manufacturer. I could buy or build and get myself to a point where I'm manufacturing raw products to be sent out that people can buy from me. And now I'm like the creator at the beginning of things. Like now I'm like, whoa, I can get myself there. Before I've always seen myself selling like the end product, but I'm like, why can't I be the guy that sells the beginning of the product that people come to, they buy this thing from me. And I know what it is. I'm not going to tell you guys because forget you. I'll tell you after I do it. But then they buy it for me, and then they can go make all these kind of little toys or whatever. You know, I'm like now seeing myself as that, like, whoa, I want to be the manufacturer of things. I don't want to be the end product. Open up a store, you know, those are still dreams of mine. But now now that I'm in a different place, my dreams are changing and getting bigger because I see it is possible and it can be done. Now, wouldn't that be crazy if in 5, 10 years, yeah, I have my own manufacturing company. I have giant warehouses because I work these next 5 years buying more property, getting my money right, saving more money, buying more property. And then before you know it, I can then get a loan for like $5 million. And I don't even think you could buy a warehouse for $5 million, something new that's making something. But do you guys get what I'm saying? I'll be able to do it. And I'll have partners that I can partner up with that we can do it. We can get loans. Yeah, I'll take something. We can get loans, and then we're like working with $20 million to buy warehouses and a fleet of trucks. Like this stuff is crazy, man. Like once you get your life on point, the things you can do is it's crazy. And because I sit and wonder, well, how did a Rockefeller, how did a Rothschild, how did these people get to these places? Well, they built wealth. They built up their wealth. They said, F all this crap about I'm going to party and do all this or try to get that. I'm going to work on becoming freaking wealthier than you could ever freaking imagine. And that's what they went to work on. So that's where you need to get your mindset and have a legacy type of mindset thinking that you're leaving stuff for the next 10 generations after you. They're still talking about you. You know, like you don't think that the Rockefeller family isn't just always talking about that Rockefeller that made it happen for them? And he has museums and parks and all kinds of stuff all over the country named after him. And he was never even in government or did anything like that. He became a powerful, powerful businessman and then had influence over government and over people. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And we're talking about getting your credit right because you have a 430 or something. And at the end, and you're like, what are you talking about, dude? $20 million. I came here to get my credit right. Like I have a 430 credit. What are you talking about? This is the stuff you can build to, guys. Like you don't even know if you're not grasping what I'm saying now. Sit on it. Sit on it. We'll get back into the video.
You can to buy clothes on his credit card, and he
Stupid.
a little bit more money every month to kind of like just get money.
And that was the rant I went on because he said his boy backs out his credit card.
Balance there to buy some more clothes. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? And he did that for years, bro. I was like, but it happens, man. You're young. You waste money like that. You mess up your credit.
Yeah, wasting money is like that is crazy. And I heard something recently. They're like, you're out here maxing out your credit cards. You're spending all your money on things that are going to be worth $1 in a yard sale, probably within a year from now. All this stuff we're chasing, all these material things. Think about it in a year from now. Those brand new shoes, that new shirt that you're spending $80 on, $200 on shoes and crap like that. In a year, they're going to be creased, dirty. It's going to be old. You're going to be looking for that other new thing to spend your money on when you could be putting that in your bank account with a 5% interest, man. Like I was talking to my boy with $10,000 in a bank account in a 5% interest, high interest savings account, 10,000, that's $700 a year in interest. That's like a little side job. Like my bank account has a side job, it just earns money by sitting there. And even if I never touched it again, 10,000 compounded 700 over a couple of years, give it 20 years, that 10,000, let's see. Because I don't want to be stupid and sound stupid. So 10,000, 1, 2, 3, 10,000 times 0.05% times 10 years. 700 times 20. So just on the interest, if it stayed 700 times 20, that's 14,000. So you would then have $24,000 in 20 years. but we're not thinking about the interest. Every time that $700 gets deposited, there's interest, and that's what they call compound interest. So it's not just 10,000 after the 1 year; it's 10,700, and then the next year you're getting interest on 10,700. So your interest is more than $700 the next year. That's again, if you never touch it, it just keeps growing, growing, and after a certain time, it starts growing exponentially, and that's after about 10 years. Yeah, it'll be like, okay, you're getting money, you're getting money, you're getting money, but then it's going to hit a point where it's money over money, money over money. And so I don't have that calculation right now, 10,000 times 0.05, but then like I said, having to add that interest in and then compounding that over the next 20 years, it's a lot more money than you think. I was going to say about $50,000 to $70,000. So 10,000 over 20 years turns to $70,000, and you didn't do crap to it. You just put the money in there and let it sit, and it made more money. Well, if you keep putting money in there, like $500, $1,000 plus the credit it's earning, the interest it's earning, that pot of money starts growing faster than you could ever imagine. You're just looking at that thing grow like it's wow, this is crazy, man. And then you start understanding that your bills are paid. You don't have to worry about your bills getting paid. You understand you have money sitting in the bank so that if anything happened, you can pay it off and you still have money in the bank. That's a whole new feeling, guys. It's a whole new way of living. Now my mind can't think about growing and expanding because I'm not like, oh, do I have to pay this? Is this going to be okay? It's good. I know it's good. And it's going to be good for the rest of my life. So I don't have to think about it anymore. It's taken care of. That frees up a lot of space in my mind to work on growing and building and bettering. You get it? And this is why you want to fix your credit.
So definitely, guys, you want to go ahead and check and see where you are. Now, I know some of you guys are like, well, Myron, why do I need credit? Why don't I just pay for things with cash or just use my my debit card? Well, number one, my friend,
money
doing
is
that,
for brokies. If I see someone working with cash, and Myron's going to tell you right now, I know they're poor because they're not working with credit. It's crazy. You would think, oh, money. And we all, a lot of us, I used to think like that, but now the people that I see with money, like, I got lots of money. Yeah. My 2 credit cards is more than all that money, bro. My 2 credit cards this big. Way more money than you could have in your little stupid stacks. That's all ones. So I know people working with physical money don't really know anything about money.
You stupid.
and the reason why is because, guys, the United States of America is built on credit, man. That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay. If I had the choice between $1 million cash,
understand this. It's all about credit. It's like your reputation. Can this guy work with money? Well, he has a good credit score. Can this guy do his job? Well, he has a good reputation at his work. It's like your money reputation, your credit. It's important. Don't think it's not important. It's not a freaking scam. It's actually a beneficial way to build yourself without having to go work for every damn cent. You can actually be like, look, this guy handles his money and his life right. We can give him an opportunity to go ahead and make more for himself. But then it makes more for everybody. It makes a better world the more productive we are. And you need cash to be productive. You need credit to be productive.
or $100,000, but I had good credit. $1 million cash for shitty credit, or $100,000 with good credit. I would take that $100,000 and good credit all day,
All day,
the
every day. Understand why. Understand why. Really listen to this part. Burn it into your mind.
$1 cash only with shitty credit. Because the thing is, guys, in the United States, anything of real consequence, especially if we're talking about buying real estate, a hard asset, right? Which I told you guys the beauty of real estate many times. You're gonna need good credit, and if you're buying houses cash, well, that's just a low IQ way to move. You shouldn't be buying houses cash unless certain circumstances, which I've talked about in real estate episodes. Feel free to check those out, or if we have time.
Yes, and I will be doing a real estate video. That's going to be my next one, giving you guys the sauce on the real estate, how I got my house. All right. But listen to what he's saying and understand the reasons why. It is so important. This is how you build wealth, generational wealth, wealth in your lifetime, bettering the city you live in, the country, the state, everything. You have no clue the great things that can be done with credit.
Questions. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you really want to get your shit together, if you really want to be that top guy, you want to have your money on point, you need to have good credit. Because having bad credit, guys, not only does it disqualify you from not being able to get a house, to get a car loan, to get credit cards, it also will disqualify you from jobs. A lot of jobs, when you have responsibility, or if they give you a company credit card, guess what they do? They run a credit check. If your credit sucks, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get the fucking job. I know for a fact if you're going to get a job in law enforcement.
I used to think that was unfair, but hey, if I had a company, which now I think about these things again now that I'm in a different position, I don't want somebody that doesn't know how to pay their bills working for me. What do you think they're going to do for me? What do you think is going to happen with my money and the my company, the person that isn't responsible for their own self, their own life, and things like that? You think they're gonna really get down for me and work and take care of my property and stuff like that? No, they're probably fucking up like they did their shit. So yeah, I used to think it was wrong looking at your credit for work, but that's kind of an indicator of how this person's gonna work for you. So you can cry racism on all you want, but who fucked up their credit? You did. Like, I fucked up my credit. I did all that shit. I knew I was maxing that bitch out. My fault. My responsibility. My consequences. My choices. So we're always quick to want to avoid responsibility. Oh, my family, where I came from, and shit like that. But no, it's all our personal responsibility, because guess who gets ourselves out of it? We have to get ourselves out of it. It's our personal responsibility, and that's the only thing to focus on is your damn personal responsibility and making sure you handle it.
To get a job for the government, especially if you have a clearance, one of the top things they do is run your credit. You're wondering, well, Myra, wait, hold on a second, that doesn't make sense. Why would they do that? The reason why, guys, is because if you're going to have a government clearance, a secret, confidential, top secret, SCI, whatever it may be, you can't have debt, because when you have debt, guess what happens? You're more susceptible to being corrupted by a foreign power, bribery, etc.
See, you can't be bribed. Like, bruh, these are things you don't think about, because again, you're living in a I gotta survive mode, instead of like I'm at a point where I can look at thriving. So you don't even think about things like this until you get to a point where your credit is good, and you're like, whoa, if I was to be working for the government and I had debt. Now, you've seen it like in Batman movies and things like that. That's how they get you. They go after the people that are vulnerable. Somebody's sick in their family in the hospital, or a death or something like that. Somebody that's built up a high amount of credit. Well, that's who those foreign nationals, that's who the criminals go after when they're trying to get cops or somebody to flip. They don't go after the person that's taking care of their responsibility. They go after the person that has gotten themselves in trouble, not doing what they were supposed to be doing, right? And they get them to flip. So not even thinking about that part of your credit. Like, you could be used to do something you don't want to do, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll give you this money to pay off your debt. And then there you go, got you doing something. Got you doing something you don't want to do to pay off this debt. Hey, just sell a little bit of this right here, bro. Just sell a little bit of this white right here, bro. I got you. Pay off those bills, bro. And then there you are. Now you're a drug dealer trying to catch up on your bills. You know, number one, you're not what's his name, White from Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna build up this freaking criminal enterprise selling meth, you know, because I'm a scientist. Yeah, let me get my little student over here to help me sell these drugs. Like, the shit's not gonna happen, man. Like, just better off not having to look over your shoulder, and just sometimes a lot of times it sucks and it's boring, but you learn to embrace it, and I've learned to love that. It's actually boring equals peace. You know what I'm saying? And all the times we're like, I want peace in my life. It's so crazy. Well, you're the one like kind of making it crazy for yourself. Once you get away from that, you have a lot of peace. Like so boring is peaceful. And then I get to do the crap that I want to do and get done and focus on and dream about and daydream and all that crap. You know, because I have the time, because I don't have to worry so much about things. But that was a great example, man. You could be made to like flip on your country because you have bad credit. Like we're really not thinking about the true consequences of our actions when it comes to our finances. And we need to be thinking about those things all the damn time. I love talking about money.
How many times I've seen cases where the FBI's out arresting someone that was selling American secrets because they had some fucking credit card debt. Okay? The shit is real, guys, right? Having financial problems can absolutely ruin your life, and having bad credit can absolutely ruin your life. It affects a lot of things for you, to being able to get home loans, getting good interest rates, car loans.
Having a bad woman in your life because you didn't check her credit or you saw her credit was bad, and that's her real credit and her Hofax credit. You're just like, it's all right. It's all right. And then now your life is in shambles. Like the decisions you make are important, guys. You know, it took me a long time to realize that, which is why I've changed my whole way of making decisions. I think logically only. Get the hell out of my face with these feelings. I go by logic, and then I can put my feelings into it after the logic is sound. Then I can start, investing my feelings into what's going on. But I get my feelings out of my process of thinking, of decision making, and I leave it to logic first.
But in the future, all this stuff is going to fuck you up. And then also it hurts your ability to find jobs. So guys, this is something that you need to fix immediately. If you're watching this podcast right now, 17, 18 years old, etc., great. Start getting your credit on point, because
yes, and I'm helping my nephew and I'm helping my daughter. They're real close to me in my life right now. And so I'm helping them to get on point so that in their 20s, they can have what I have in my 40s. And now, so if I get my children and my family members in their 20s to be able to do what I can do in my 40s, well, imagine that what their life can do. Imagine what they'll be able to do in their lifetime with all those years of good credit and not effing around, and then having to dig themselves out of a hole. No, they're going to start even and build from there. And I'm helping them and I'm guiding them. And it's a beauty to see it happening right before my eyes. And I can just only imagine and dream about the great things that they'll be able to do and accomplish because they have freaking good credit. Are you crazy? Are you freaking kidding me, man? Like, we can set up our kids in their 20s so that we don't ever have to worry about giving them money again. Because I don't want to be giving money to my daughter all the time, like the rest of her life, man. Babe, I showed you how to invest in real estate and stuff. You got your money right. Give dad some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, nephew, now that you're a millionaire, why don't you break me off, 100,000 just because, man, just because. And I'm putting it right into a bank account somewhere so it's gaining interest, bro. That's all I'm doing now. That's all I want to do is save money and build. That's all I want to do nowadays. Other than praising my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, all I want to do is grow and build. And I just want to meet other people that are in a good mood and want to grow and build too. And they're willing to put in 100%. Because that's just kind of people they are, man. That's kind of people we are. That's all I want to do with my life nowadays. Without getting to the nitty gritty of every damn little aspect, man. That's all I want to do is build and grow.
An adult, it's going to be a lifelong thing that you're going to need. Okay, the dumbest thing you can ever do is buy things with cash or debit. Why do I say that? Well, the reason why it's stupid, guys, is because
listen. Now, if you haven't, get your notebook, go back and start writing down all these notes and keep them in front of you at all times.
For using your debit card or buying things in cash. But when you use a credit card, you do get benefit. You're able to go ahead and get your credit score up. It shows trustworthiness. You get more time to pay it off. And then most importantly, all these credit cards, guys, want your business. And you know how they incentivize you to join them and get their business? They do it by you getting points, getting cash back, getting flyer miles, getting certain benefits, right? Rewards. This is the beauty of using credit cards.
The two cards I use all the time: my Air Miles card and my 3 to 4% back card. I have more cards, but I only use those two because I want miles. I want to fly for free. So give me about 2 to 3 years, and I will never pay for a flight again in my life. That's my Capital One card, and my other card is, I don't want to say the Golden One. Okay. But a credit union, my other credit card is with a credit union, and I get 3% on every purchase, or for 4%. So I just assume 3%, but I'm always getting cash back, and I'm building up miles. I love it every time I pull out the cards, because again, I know I'm getting more back. I'm going to have to spend that money anyways, paying my bills and things. So why not put my bills on my credit card, and then I just pay off my credit card, and I build my credit, and I get points, I get miles, and I get money back. Like, damn, come on. It's not hard. And you get so much back, man. Living a life with abundance and blessings, man, it is crazy. You can't even imagine it until you're here. I didn't even think it would be like this. I knew it would be better, but I didn't. I could have never imagined the feeling that I have inside of just growth. Like before, it felt like there was a weight, a rock on my whole life and being, and now it's just potential for growth. It's just an upward motion. I feel like a wind pushing me in that direction. It's just like, go and grow. That's what my life feels like today. Of course, I'm human. There's still things that annoy me and all that crap. If you saw me in the street, or driving or something, or you'd be like, this guy is not happy. Yes, I am. I am. I'm fulfilled inside. You don't even know. Credit, bro.
The way you do it is this. You use the credit card, pay it off at the end of the month, don't give them no goddamn interest, swipe it like it's a debit card or using cash, and then you pay it off, no interest, and then what ends up happening is you get all these rewards for free if you do it correctly. That's not how credit cards want you to do it, but if you're smart, that's how you use credit cards. And at the same time, you're increasing your credit score. You're showing your trustworthiness. You have more open lines of credit, which means you're a better borrower, which means you can get better and better terms on loans. You want to go and get a house, especially in today's market where interest rates are fucking sky high, guess what? You'll be able to negotiate for a better interest rate on your first home when you have good credit, guys. But when you got crappy credit, guess what? You're going to be getting a fucking 11, 12% interest rate loan for 30 years fixed. That's terrible, because that's thousands upon thousands.
It is. I got in on 6.75%. And again, now that I bought the house, though, I could have put in like $4,000 more when I did my down payment. I could have bought down my points basically and got like a 5.75%. And I would have been paying, my mortgage would have been way lower. I didn't understand that at the time. But had I known that, I would have paid that freaking extra $4,000 so that I have like a $2,000 mortgage payment, or possibly even less, because as a veteran, I have an exemption on my property taxes. So join the military if you're thinking about it. You get so many benefits, bro. So that if I ever wanted to rent this house out, I could rent it out at the going market value so that my profit would be fat. And that's, the things of buying down points. And that's why you want to save a lot of money. And look at that sauce right there. That's enough to get you started. That's enough to kind of get you to where you need to go. Go to Fresh and Fit. Watch this video. I will put this link in my description. So watch the whole thing so that you know what you need to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, long story short, these next 2-3 years, just keep your head down and focus on grinding. And that's it. Grinding and growing. Get yourself out of debt. Go to those companies, tell them to write the letters, get your credit right, get your credit score good, okay? And save as much money as possible. Forget going out, forget going to concerts, forget anything for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, you're naturally gonna give yourself a little leeway here and there. So I'm not even gonna say it. You're gonna naturally do it. You're gonna naturally, oh, I need to celebrate or do something. You're naturally gonna do that. So I don't even gotta say it. But keep the spending to a minimum and keep it far and few in between. But save as much money as you can possibly in the next 2 to 3 years. Try for $10,000 at least. At least $10,000 in 2 to 3 years. It can be done. You will see how much money you just waste, how much time you just waste, and the potential that you're wasting by not saving that money, by getting that big pot of money while working on your credit. When you get to those two things, you are a new man. You are a new man, the man you want to be. And now you can grow and become and trade and create commerce and become a manufacturing guru. All right? But it starts with being disciplined, and these next 2 to 3 years, just working hard, working hard, working hard, working hard, working hard, saving money, saving money, saving money, saving money, saving money, so that, just like I told myself, and just like I tell my daughter and my nephew, and my homie who came the other day asking for this advice, like I told him, 2 to 3 years, grind, save your money, save your damn money, and you'll never have to worry about it again for the rest of your damn life. Like, do you understand that? Do you want to live paycheck to paycheck for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years? Or do you want to work hard for 2, 3 years, grind, get it out the mud, and never have to worry about money again? Like, it's easy. It's an easy choice. Do it though. Do it. Do it. Get your spine right. Straighten up your spine. Make sure, grab down there. Make sure you got them things down there. And be a man. And live a life that you never thought was imaginable. Because in these next 2 to 3 years, you just focused on growing and saving. You're an idiot if you don't do it. You're a freaking idiot. So the ones that do it, congratulations. I will see you on that side in the red, as they call it. No, in the black, my bad. In the black. And I used to work as an accountant too, in bookkeeping, all right? Don't want nobody to say, oh, you're an accountant. I said I used to work in accounting. But do you want to keep worrying about money, or do you want to like focus on money and think about the possibilities of what it could do and then get it done? So I will see you guys, the ones rising to the cream of the top. I will see you on that other side. I'll see you in the black. I will see you at the, ribbon cutting ceremony. I will see you at the award getting ceremony for helping out your community. I'll see you guys there. I don't know who it is because you got a smile on your face. You got your shoulders back because life isn't weighing you down, because you understand you got it. All right. Life's going to come at you always. The enemy's going to come at you always. But you know that Jesus has you and he will get you through anything. And you know that your finances are all right and you'll be able to get through anything. And so you want a beautiful life for yourself and your family, filled with ATVs and trips and buying the things, not looking at everything as the cheapest. Now I have money and I'm frugal, so I still look at what's the best deal. I love getting a good deal, but you'll never have to settle. You'll never have to settle for the low, the bad, the poorly made things, the things that don't taste exactly good, because you just don't have the money to get to that next step up, the thing that's 20 cents more. 50 cents more. You're like, nah, I can't do that because my money ain't right. Like, forget that life. Leave that life behind. Come to Christ. He give you a new life, and you'll see what it's like. God bless you guys, man. Remember to hit like, follow, share buttons, all those buttons. I appreciate you guys. I am a Army veteran, 100% disabled. This is how I do life, so I appreciate everybody stopping in. I want to help you guys out. I'm here for you guys. Hit me up, DM. What do you think about this in the comments? And I will see you in the next video. God bless. Take care. Get your money up like someone said it was a stick up. Get them up. I'm talking that high up. All right, take care. Take care, guys. Apocalypse Phoenix. See you in the next video. God bless.